Saturday morning when he saved my soul.
Hey everybody, Terry here with the Outdoor Amputee, and today we're going to be looking at a cool little product, the NEXTBAIT XM 3.0 infrared digital night scope. So what we have here in the box, we've got the XM 3.0, and this one that I have here is the Pro Ultra. It's the 940 millimeter, and when you first get this, you want to unscrew the battery cap. There will be a little piece of paper here. You'll take that paper off, and it's got it marked positive, negative. You'll put the positive in down inside. You're going to push down and put some tension and screw this back on. And then they include the USB-C charger. So that'll plug in there, and you'll plug it in and charge this up. And this one did come, if I can get my fingers in here, did come with a micro USB card. And that goes in right there. Just push it in. And we've got the eyepiece, and then you get a rubber gasket that goes on the eyepiece, just like so, and that'll set up against your eye. And then you just take and screw the eyepiece on, and there you have it. So we've got a fully set up infrared scope, and on the top you can see the buttons here. So this is the power button. You're going to hold that button down, and then you can see that it's turned on. So I'm going to turn it back off, and then I'll turn it back on here. Just long press, hold it down, and then you'll see it turn on. And then if you hold the right side button down, it'll switch to infrared mode. So you can see how it switches back and forth just by long pressing. So the button configuration, let me lift this up a little bit here. So on the button configuration, this is going to be your up button, your down button, and this is your OK or select button. So this is going to be your record button. So when you turn it on, and then I will show you, once we get this turned on, I'll use my phone, but it'll show you in the display inside of here that it is recording, and it will also display the date and time once you go into the menu settings and set that up. So on this side, this is going to be your focus. So this is how you get your focus in, and then up here this kind of screws in and out for eye relief. So, and I will say that at nighttime, this bright light, you might want to turn the brightness down. I did notice using this at nighttime that you get eye fatigue really quickly if you have this really, really bright, so you don't need the brightness settings turned up really high. So this scope has a Picatinny rail style setup, so this will fit a standard Picatinny rail, and you just unscrew those screws in there and set it on top of your Picatinny rail. And I've got it set up on one of my AR-22s that you'll see, and it goes on pretty good. And then I do like that they have a mount system on the side, so you can add a light or an additional accessory here on the side with your scope. So, and it's not really heavy, so, and feels like it's made out of really good materials.
If I were in the market to buy one of these, I would get this one first.
So, doesn't feel like it's a really cheap scope.
This isn't super duper cheap.
So, the 3.0 is going to take video in HD 1080p, and it also has a built-in microphone. I will say on the microphone, don't expect super high quality out of the microphone. It is on kind of a lower end microphone. You can hear it, but it sounds a little bit muffled. And on my Tacticam film through scope, there's times that I get that same type of just dull noise coming through the microphone. So I think that is, unless you're going all out and getting high-end scope, that's just one thing that you're going to have to deal with, is the internal microphone that's built in. So this camera here, it has 4 times magnification, and it has 5 times digital zoom with a built-in 850 IR illuminator, and you have 3 adjustable IR levels, so you can turn the IR intensity up and down 3 levels with the settings. This is on their website. It says that ensures clear visibility up to 1,312 feet in darkness and more than 3,280 feet in daylight. It says enjoy full HD images directly on the 1.4 inch full screen display. And I did take pictures with this and video during daylight, low light right before sunset, and then when it was completely dark, and I will show you those videos.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours.
That's about 500 yards. So from where I'm at right here, that's 500 yards.
It's unbelievable.
Because I've raised some horses in this very same spot. Zoom back out. About 15 minutes till dark. And the image through the display is pretty bright. Don't ask me why we have a goose in the neighborhood.
That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
We lived here for over 15 years, and this is the first time. Alright, we've got street lights on, and this is how much light that we've got coming through the scope, so it is still illuminated pretty good, and it is almost completely dark. Okay, we're full dark. This is the infrared. Nighttime. So I think you could definitely, if you were coyote hunting, see a coyote or a nighttime varmint with this, no problem. Alright, when you first turn on the scope, you're going to get a display with a crosshair here, and then the center button. If you hold the center button down, it's going to bring up the menu, and the up and down buttons will let you kind of scroll through, and you will hit the middle button to select it, up and down to turn those selections on and off, and then the center OK button to select that, and you can change the crosshair adjustment. So if you want to go in, you can adjust your crosshair, the video prompt, the microphone, you can turn the mic on and off, your date display, so you can turn the date display on and off, so it'll display the date and the time when you're recording. And time setting, you can go in and set the time. Screen protection, this is, you can set this for off 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I've got it set to 3 minutes. The screen brightness, you got setting 1 or first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. So all the way up to 6th gear. I've got mine set on 1, and then you've got auto power off after 3 minutes. And then you can format it. You can reset the system, and this will show you your version. And then you go right back up to contrast ratio, and you can set the contrast. Now to get out of this menu, you are going to long press the middle button. It'll take you back to here. So on the recoil on the 3.0, it says it will handle at least 6,000 J impact strength and is ready to use with .308 caliber rifles. So you can put this on your .308 and it should hold pretty good. So there's one thing I will say with the buttons on top here, and I'll kind of zoom in so you can see that really good. If you have trouble seeing, especially small little writing or symbols, when I first got this out of the box, I did have trouble seeing these. They do send a quick reference manual, and I'll kind of post that up on the page here. But in the quick reference manual, it shows you exactly what the buttons do. My suggestion would be to play around with the scope before you go out to test it. Get those button functions down. That's what I did, is I just played around with it, recording video, changing settings until I got comfortable with the button layout. The buttons are pretty durable, so when you push the buttons, you can feel them. So you kind of know with a big button in the middle, going up, you've got the up button. From the middle button down, you've got the down button, and then on the left side, you've got the record button, and then on the right side, that's a mode button to switch it to infrared. So feeling those gets pretty easy, but I do suggest that you practice some with that first to get a good feel and layout for the buttons, so you don't get confused when you're trying to use this in the field, because you don't want to miss those captures. So what are some pros and cons with the XM 3.0? So I would say pros is the price, good entry price to get a scope that you can record with, that has nighttime capabilities. Another positive was it comes with the rechargeable battery, and this one also comes with the micro SD card and the USB-C charging cable, so did not have to buy anything additional. It was ready to go after it was charged right out of the box. And on some of the cons, you know, and I think this is just coming from, you know, the price point where this scope is at, is the focus is a little finicky. When you're looking through the scope, it looks pretty fuzzy, like you're not getting good clarity, but when I watched these back on the computer, they were a lot more clear watching them on the computer than they were through the scope. One of the other cons is the bright display at nighttime. So I just noticed I'm very prone to light sensitivity at nighttime if it's really bright. And that projection coming through the lens here kind of gave me some eye fatigue. It wasn't terrible, but if you were doing this for a long time, I do think you would get some serious eye fatigue. So maybe being able to dampen that brightness just a little bit more would be helpful. Now, when I talk about the cons, would those be something that would deter me from trying this scope? And that would be absolutely not. I think those are just minor things, and it's something that you would more than likely get used to the more that you used it. I would really like to do some more in-depth using this scope out in hunting scenarios, but right now we're kind of limited season-wise what is open for hunting season. Like right now, about the only thing we can do is predator hunting, and I just haven't been able to get over to the property to be able to coyote hunt right now. So what are my first initial thoughts on the NEXTBAIT XM 3.0? So you can get this on their website right now. It is marked down to $192. Looks like it is regular $310. So I would say that if you're looking for an entry-level scope that you can record with that has some infrared nighttime capabilities, then I would say this is a pretty decent budget entry-level scope that you can get that will do exactly what you want it to do. If you don't want to break the bank and you want to get a good entry-level scope, I would say that the NEXTBAIT XM 3.0 would be a very good entry-level scope to do some nighttime coyote hunting or predator hunting. And you can actually just use this if you're out hunting to record animals. So I would like to thank NEXTBAIT for sending me this camera to do a review on and to try out. And I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this on either my 410 or my shotgun for turkey season and see if I can get some footage out in the field with this thing. But my first initial impressions were that I thought it was, for the price point, it is a decent scope to get into the market of infrared scope. I'll leave a link in a description down below in the video, so if you're interested in checking out the scope, I'll leave a direct link to their website. I'm not getting paid by NEXTBAIT. Like I said, they just sent me the camera to test out and use and give them some feedback, and in turn I get to use the camera, so I don't make any money off the camera. So I'm literally just giving my honest unbiased opinion on the scope, and I would absolutely check them out if you're looking for a low-cost budget entry-level recording scope that has some infrared nighttime capabilities. So if you have any questions, leave those below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. See you next time.